What's happening, everybody? Hope you're feeling great. Now, excuse the monologue, but I got a question. Do you remember your very first frame? Now, I don't mean the one you picked for the tutorial. I mean the one that made you decide, I'm playing this game. It doesn't even matter if you bought it, because that's, your hard-earned money, which took time, and time and money is the same goddamn thing. I mean the first one you grinded for. The first one that you spent some time, money, blood, or sweat to try and get. Now, lucky me, when I first started, I started with some awesome players that taught me the most important thing about Warframe is to be able to farm, to grind and get anything in the game that you want. But what was that first Warframe that you wanted? The first ability that you were playing and it came through and you saw that and said, holy shit, I have to be doing that. For me, it's when I saw this. I said, I have to be doing that all the time. I can't not be doing that. How do I do that? It was a long time ago, maybe 7 years, so technically there was less choices, but I'm happy with my choice. It's Oberon. Well, actually, this is Oberon Prime, but same difference. Although, the original Oberon kind of looks like a male forest elf. No, dude wood nymph. That sounds kind of weird. He looked like a tree, basically. The Prime version kind of looks like a horse or a goat. I don't know, I'm just saying. Now, like I said, even though there's a lot of primes, a lot of different Warframes nowadays, Oberon's old ass can handle all new endgame shit. Thanks to the new infested testicle in the back of our orbiters, and we've got these new dual Archon Prime mods. I don't really know what to call them yet, but we can turn Oberon back into one of the must-have Warframes. Now, the first build, I had fun and stupidity in mind because I like to do fun, stupid things. It's just simple. I put Octavia's rollerball on him, or resonator, and then went for just power, and then used Smite Infusion. Oh yeah, by the way, another good thing about being old-ass Warframe is they have a syndicate mod for like every single one of your abilities, which helps a lot. Now, Smite Infusion adds 100% radiation damage for 40 seconds for all your allies. Now, your Resonator Ball will only last for 20 seconds, but it's technically one of your allies. So you end up having a radiation blast ball that just goes around and collects all the enemies, and then you slam them to death. Like I said, it was just fun. It's kind of like my Warframe sing-along, but it's the Song of Death. It's just something I like to do. Yeah, but this next builds, there's a lot going on here. So this is the part you need to, I don't know, subscribe and watch a million times, get a pen and paper, write this shit down. There, like I said, a lot going on here. So for a full build, first thing, we start with the weapons. First weapon, chose the Paris Prime, kinda because it's old, but it's also because it's pretty easy to get a 102% chance status and over 4,000 damage. Plus, it's this Baja Ball. I don't know even how to say this one. But what this mod does, it gives you 90% status. But the important thing is every 3 status effects, and this is a 102% status effect weapon, so every shot or every 3 status effects that you give somebody, you're going to get 300 health back. This build on Oberon has no shields, just health. So that's going to help keep you alive. This and rejuvenation. The next weapon, your secondary, is the Twin Homok. The dual secondary weapons that you get from Kel Defane. They are worth the grind. They have a 165% chance of doing a status effect. It's actually pretty easy to get it up there. I only did slash and fire. The reason being is because every time you get a fire status effect, Arcane Cascadia Flare, it will stack the damage up to an extra 480% after you kill 12 enemies with a fire status effect. There's a 165% chance that you're going to get a fire status effect with this weapon. And you can choose any melee weapon that you want, like the Lizon. You could build a saw, that's really good for status. The Sarpa, that's 100 plus status, and you can strip some armor. I chose the Zenistar because Oberon likes to leave that poison grass down, kind of does a bit of a trap monster. It's a good thing to leave this blade out. That's a 102% chance it's going to do a status effect, and it's just under 4,000 damage as that blade just spins and constantly gives me status. The reason why I'm so hard on status right now is because of growing power. Every time you get a status effect with one of your weapons, you get 6 seconds, you get a 25% boost for your ability. Now, like I said, there's no shields, a lot of health, so there's a good chance that you're going to have damage on your health. Well, when you use rejuvenation with these Archon Intensify mod, anytime you heal yourself with an ability, it's going to give you an extra 30% ability strength damage for 10 seconds. The Hallowed Eruption Syndicate mod is going to give you a 100% duration for your poison grass, so it's going to bring it around 51 seconds. And when you recast your grass before it's done poisoning people, all the damage that's going on, it says remaining, but it's all the damage that collects there, just explodes out into one giant blast. Usually kills whatever's left there. Hallowed Reckoning is for your 4th ability. When you slam enemies to the ground, there is going to be a 3-meter circle around them that's going to constantly give them 300 damage. It's going to tick away like slash damage. This will increase with your duration. Not to mention, you get an extra 40% range on your 4th ability. Now, I also put Arcane Eruption on for some extra crowd control. So when you pick up some energy balls, it knocks them all down. And Molt Augmented, this is going to buff your abilities by up to 250% while you kill people. Every time you kill an enemy, you get rewarded with a little bit of energy boost. Now, when you put Breach Search on this is actually just unfair. A lot of times I get some comments where guys are like, you're only testing it on level 50 guys. You need to show us what. Look here, level 190 heavy gunners, it just destroys them. You don't have to do the order, but the best order is if you healed yourself. You don't even need to use that arcane mod heal. If you shoot someone, get a status effect. Then you put your grass down, Breach Surge, slam them. It murders level 190 heavy armored Grineer without touching them. There's your Steel Path proof. I don't like to show off, but it's very, very efficient. Now, another build that I've been having fun with, it's not as deadly as this one, but yeah, you can take a quick walk on the Path of Steel with it if you like. It's using all these using at least 3 of the Archon mods. Now, Archon Flow is kind of like the Prime Flow because it gives you 275% energy max boost. But when you kill an enemy with a cold Warframe ability, like Frost or Lavos, then you get an extra 10% chance that you're going to get an energy orb dropped, which is good because you're going to need the energy. Now, we know Intensify will give you an extra 30% boost if you heal yourself with an ability, but one of the best ones, in my opinion, is Archon Vitality. This gives you 440% health boost, but any enemy that gets a fire status effect from one of your abilities, like from Ember or Lavos, this fire effect or the damage will be applied twice. So, I end up putting Thermal Sunder on Oberon. The Icy Hot is perfect to put in his poison grass. You could put the ice to get some energy, then the fire to get the double. You can just use the fire. You can do whatever you want. This and the Zenny Star, no one can come anywhere near you without burning, freezing, or being poisoned to death. It's absolutely great. So much fun. Which is why I think the first Warframe I went for was a good choice. That's my question for you. Is your first Warframe that you went for, was that a good choice? Was it a mistake? Do you even remember it? And it's no problem it being a mistake. There's a lot of good Warframes. To be honest, they're all pretty good depending on how you use them. They're all good. I remember the first time I used to thought mag was shit. And then I saw someone using mag properly. And I was like, holy shit, that was one of the tutorial frames. How come I didn't pick mag? Like they're all good depending on how they're used. So let me know in the comments what your first frame was. If you remember, do you still use it or was it a mistake? Now, on that note, I hope this helps. I hope you join the team of killers. Become a killer of teams. Let me know what you're thinking in the comments. Make sure you keep it easy in life. And remember, just keep gaming.
All systems nominal. You don't need to thank me.